Alright guys, welcome back to another video. We had actually just left from the last video that you guys saw where we left Doc Wrangler and Jeff, and we've only been driving for maybe a couple hours, and we don't really want to miss the sunset. We want to stop, relax, just the two of us, and hang out. Plus we're getting a little hungry, so I'm going to cook up some dinner here in a little bit, but we are at a very, very special campsite. Dear, you want to tell them where we're at?
I don't know where we're at.
I have no idea where we're at.
All I know is we're on BLM land.
We are on BLM land, but we are in the middle of the desert somewhere, and all we're going to have is an absolute gorgeous sunset, and we're surrounded by really cool looking desert mountains all around us, and we're just going to chill. You know, we're going to break out the chair. We're going to have some leftover pasta for dinner, so dinner's going to be really easy. And we're just going to relax, just the two of us. I'm probably not going to bring the camera out tonight. We're just going to kind of chill. So we will catch up with you guys in the morning. I might shoot some more footage tonight of our campsite, as well as the sunset, and just give you guys something to look at until we catch up with you in the morning. So until then, we will see you in the morning. Good morning. What day is it? Wednesday morning, I think. It is a beautiful morning, a little on the chilly side, but we're in the middle of the desert, on the California side, getting real close to like the Needles area, up through Laughlin, eventually through Vegas, through Salt Lake. We got a long ways to go today. We got about probably 10 to 12 hours of driving, so there's really not going to be a whole lot of filming. Today's a travel day. And as a matter of fact, I might even take Mama Goose to a hotel tonight, because it's been about 3 days since we had a warm shower, and if you know how that feels. So today's going to be a whole lot of nothing. We're just going to put a bunch of miles in. If there's anything interesting along the way, Tish will get it on camera for you guys. But as you can see, we're nearly packed up. We packed up a lot of stuff last night. We generally, in a location like this, when there's nobody else camping with us, before we go to bed, we pack everything up, so that first thing in the morning, I mean, I woke up 10 minutes ago. I've already brushed my teeth, got ready. She's just finishing getting ready right now. So when we're camping by ourselves, knowing we're going to leave early in the morning, everything was already packed last night. This is how we woke up, and all we have to do is drop the Ursa Minor and hit the road, Jack. So we're gonna just finish up, let her finish getting ready, and we will catch up with you guys on the road. Good morning, guys. Like I said, yesterday was a travel day, and we traveled. We went, gosh, I don't even know how many hundreds of miles, but we drove for about 13 and a half hours, up to 15, through Vegas, through Salt Lake City, and here we are in Lava Hot Springs. And the drive was completely fine up until last night. We were probably only about 25 miles out from this awesome little inn that Tish found. It's called Blue Jay Inn. But once we're about 20 miles out, boy, I'll tell you, it was dumping. I've never driven in snow like that. This hardly represents the stuff that we were going through yesterday. I mean, we had to slow it down to about 5 to 10 miles an hour because it was big, white, fluffy snowflakes. I was just slowly drifting down, and with the headlights hitting it in the dark, boy, it was a little scary. But we made it here all right. Everything was great. Had a great night's sleep. There's a cool little restaurant across the street we're gonna go get some breakfast on, and we'll catch you guys up later on our drive on what the plan is for today. So we'll see you guys in just a little bit. All right, guys, so we just finished breakfast. What'd you think, dear?
Very good.
Chuck Wagon Restaurant in Lava Springs, Idaho. Lava Hot Springs. So we're just going to finish packing up our stuff in the room, throw it in the Jeep, and go for a ride. So we will give you guys a kind of a rundown of what our plan is and what we think is going to happen over the next couple days. So we'll see you in just a little bit. All right, we are en route. Where are we en route to, dear?
Grand Teton National Park.
Grand Teton National Park. The plan is to do 3 more nights. 1 night at Grand Teton, 2 nights up in Yellowstone, which it looks like, I never realized, but Grand Teton and Yellowstone, that's just fun to say. Grand Teton. Say it with me. Grand Teton. In any case, Grand Teton and Yellowstone are really close to each other, so we'll do 1 night at Grand Teton, 2 at Yellowstone, but it's gonna be cold. I mean, right now it's 20, in the mid-20s right now, here in Idaho, and the low in these areas are projected to be like in the lower teens and upper single digits. So I don't know if we're going to be doing a whole lot of camping, I'll be honest with you. We're going to try. We're going to be camping tonight. We got some firewood. We went to the grocery store, so we'll be camping tonight at Grand Teton. But the next couple nights, if it's real miserable, we'll probably get a room somewhere. What do you think, dear?
Down with that.
Yeah, she's down with that.
Because I did not anticipate us camping in snow, and it is late October, and I'm not sure if this is the norm to get snow this early. To me, it seems early,
Well,
but I didn't prepare, so I have warm clothes, but not snow clothes. So.
Well, a good overlander is always prepared, and I do have super cold clothes. So,
You have super cold clothes.
clothes for super cold weather. And they are super cold because they've been sitting in the Jeep all night.
I'm not.
You're rambling. You're rambling. So, that's the plan. The other problem when it's this cold is we'll be fine sleeping. It's trying to cook dinner and cook breakfast and enjoy being where you're at because it's just bone-chilling cold. So, we'll see how we do tonight. But should get some really good footage. We have never been to Grand Teton. We have never been to Yellowstone, but we're very excited to do a tiny bit of exploring. We don't have a whole lot of time, but should be exciting. So if there's anything worth showing them on the way, dear, would you mind recording it for them?
Of course. Maybe.
You would mind recording? Or
Maybe.
you might mind recording for them?
You're rambling.
I'm rambling now. Catch you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, so we just made it into Grand Teton National Park, and as you can see, there is like nobody here. We got the place to ourselves. We see some random cars every once in a while coming through here, but we actually just left Jackson Hole not even 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. The entrance is really close to Jackson Hole, and what a great little town that is. If you guys have never been, I would highly encourage you. We could have stayed there even longer and made a, you know, a day out of it, but we got places to go and animals to see. So we just stopped at one of these little lookouts. It says Glacier View Lookout. So we're just gonna kind of see what's there to see over here, and then we will hop back in the Jeep and continue our adventure towards Yellowstone. Actually, towards camp tonight. Yellowstone will be tomorrow, so we'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Well, it's a lot harder to see the shrinking Teton glaciers when there's snow everywhere. Alright, so I promise this will not be one of those videos where I get gored by a bison, but we're walking over right now to where there's a bunch of buffalo just kind of grazing on the grass here, so we're going to try to snap some pictures from a safe distance, and we'll show you guys what it looks like. Alright guys, so we just left the buffalo, as you guys saw. That was really cool. I've never seen buffalo like that up close. We kept a safe distance away. I used the zoom lens so I can get in there real close. But we're needing to pivot right now because the spot that Kramer Junction sent me, if you don't give Kramer Junction a follow on either his YouTube or Instagram, you need to push pause, go do that right now. He has some really cool, interesting content that he is out and about quite often. So, and as you can tell by the name, Kramer Junction, he likes to head up the 395 himself. So, thanks to him for giving us a couple spots for us to go to, but the one we were going to go to, we called the ranger station just to verify campfires are okay. And they actually told us that that road is closed up in that area, so we had to turn back around. He gave us a couple other waypoints as well, but we're going to stop at the ranger station. He said that they have an up-to-date map that we can take a look at, and maybe we can ask him for some suggestions as well. Our only other option is to head up to Yellowstone right now, but I think it's too late in the day. It's already 2:15. And we really wanted to spend the evening here at Grand Teton, so we'll let you guys know where we land.
So, I think we can do it. Or you choose to operate.
Alright guys, so we just finished at the visitor center, and they gave us a couple pointers of places to go, and we're going to head up to a dispersed campsite that is
Outside of the national park.
just outside of the national park, but it is right next to a lake. Campfires are allowed, and moose are known to frequent the area. So,
And so are bears.
so are bears, but not the
we got a bear
grizzlies.
spray.
Just the cute little black bears.
Black bears.
Yeah. Alrighty, so we will show you guys the campsite once we get there. Alright guys, so that didn't work out, did it, dear?
No, it was closed.
It was closed. So we got bad info from our friendly park ranger. She was very friendly, but she did say she's not too familiar with the National Forest because she works in the national park. So we're going to head back into the park. At the very least, we're going to finish our drive through it and maybe start making our way to Yellowstone. We're not sure. This is what happens when you don't plan.
It's okay. It's an adventure.
It's an adventure. I like planning. But, alrighty. But the views are gorgeous. Check this out. It's starting to get a little bit more clear, and you can see the Grand Tetons much better. I think we found camp. This is campsite 25 in the National Forest. And as you can see right behind me next to that telephone pole is the Grand Teton. That's the grandest of all is right behind us. So we have a view of that. We have this whole campsite, which is really, it's giant. We have it all to ourselves. We're next to a fire pit, so we'll be able to have a fire tonight. We're going to probably get that on first. But what a pleasant surprise this was. We're about to throw the towel in and head up to Yellowstone because I can't imagine why that forest ranger just didn't tell us about this area. This was just outside of the park, like literally a minute or two of driving. But she had us on a wild goose chase. I'm sure it was just a misunderstanding. But here we are. We're going to get unloaded. It is going to be a cold evening, so we're going to get the fire on now. And once we go through those 3 bundles, we're probably going to call it a night and head up in the Ursa Minor with the electric blanket. So we'll catch up with you guys in just a little bit. All right, guys, so for tonight's dinner, we're just going to do something really easy. We actually bought soup at the store earlier this morning because without knowing what kind of weather we're going to be, we wanted to get something that we could cook inside of the Jeep if we had to, but it's not that bad. It's about 35 degrees, maybe 40 degrees right now, and it's getting colder, so we're trying to have dinner done and completed before it gets dark so that once we run out of firewood, which is going to happen here pretty quick, we can just go in the tent, turn on the electric blanket, and watch Thursday Night Football. Sound like a plan?
Yeah.
So as you see behind me, we have the grandest teats of all right there. And you guys can enjoy that while enjoying cooking some pizza and soup. So the soup we're going to have later is going to be a 2-course meal tonight. Very fancy for my bride. The soup will be later, but for now, what we're going to do is we're going to use some of that leftover pizza sauce and the pepperonis and the cheese. And I got a couple pieces of sourdough bread right here. We're going to act as if it's a pizza dough. We're going to put on the pizza sauce, the cheese, the pepperonis, and we're going to see how it turns out. I've never tried it before, but come on, it's got to be good, right? So let's get going.
This is a very poppy fire.
All right, so we got it all prepared. We're gonna kind of the same thing. We're gonna put this on medium-low heat and just let it do its thing. And we'll show you guys what it looks like in about 10 minutes. Let's set the timer. All right, guys, so the alarm just went off. Let's see how it's looking after 10 minutes. All right, it's getting a little crispy. Underneath is not getting burned, so I think I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. The cheese is starting to melt. And we're going to reset this for another 10 minutes, and I think it'll be ready. So we'll see you in 10 minutes. All right, so the other alarm just went off. It's been 20 minutes, and I think it's almost time to eat. Woo, that looks amazing. All right, guys, so the pizza / sourdough looks perfect. It's nice and crispy. We're gonna dig in. Ready, dear?
Ready. Oh.
And very easy to make. So we'll turn this off now.
Super hot.
Wow, pretty good. sourdough pizza. $3.95 chunky. You saw it here first. Wow, that's yummy.
Easy.
Yeah.
And fast.
And fast. And very crunchy. Alright guys, so we're just going to finish this pizza here. We may or may not make the soup. Neither one of us is really that hungry. So we might just sit here, enjoy the fire and the sunset with the Grand Tetons behind us. I mean, look, this is a great campsite, other than the power poles behind us. But other than that, it's quiet. You're in the national forest, and we haven't gotten eaten by a bear yet, so we're winning. All right, we'll see you guys in the morning. We're going to probably put the camera down the rest of the night and enjoy this, and we will catch up with you guys then. Good morning. It is about 6:30 in the morning, and I am super warm. Tish, are you warm?
Uh-huh.
This electric blanket does miracles. But as you can see from the side of the tent, it is so frosted and has ice all over the place. It's got to be single digits outside. So we're going to lay here and try to get the nerve to get up and get going pretty soon.
Not for a while.
Not for a while, she says. But at some point, we're going to have to get up and get out of here. But we'll catch up with you guys in just a little bit, but thought we'd show you how cold it is in here, and it is icy. Even the water's frozen inside the Jeep. All right, so just going through our morning routine, and I'm downstairs with the Mr. Buddy heater on and with the Jeep heater on, so it might be a little noisy, but it feels good. It's nice and toasty down here, but I got to the point of putting my contacts in, and let me show you what I got. They are completely frozen over. It's like an ice cube in there. All right, guys, so we are on the road. What'd you think about it last night, dear?
Oh my gosh, it was a beautiful spot.
It was a gorgeous spot, right?
We're secluded because no one's as crazy as us to camp in the snow.
Yeah.
Freezing temperatures.
This was the coldest that we've ever camped in. And it got down to 3 degrees this morning and sometime during the night. And just so you know, we had an electric blanket we bought off of Amazon. I'll put the link in my Amazon store. By the time you guys watch this, it'll be there, right, dear? Don't let me forget.
Right, or in the description below.
Yes. But with the Jackery 1000, it was at 100%. We turned it on at about 7:30, 8. And we had it on full blast all night long, and around 7 o'clock this morning, the Jackery was dead. So it lasted about 12 hours on full blast with a full charge, which I'll take, because now we're going to be driving about 4 or 5 hours. It's not going to take very long to get to Yellowstone, but we'll probably be driving around there, so it's going to recharge while we're driving. But the next couple nights, we're going to be in a hotel anyways, so it was a great spot. I'm very, very happy. All right, guys, so I'm not sure where we left off. Battery went dead, so I had to replace the battery. But we were on our way to Yellowstone. Gonna have a day and a half of exploring, 2 days, maybe 2.5 days. And I'm just driving out of here, and the Grand Tetons are...
Grand Teton.
The Grand Teton is the grandest of all teats. And it is gorgeous this morning. In any case, Mama Goose thinks she saw a moose track this morning.
I did.
She did see a moose track. We haven't seen any moose, which makes me sad. Supposedly, it's one of the areas with the highest concentration of mooses.
Moose.
Meese?
Moose.
Moose. But we're excited. Man, what a great night's sleep. That electric blanket I can't say enough about. But rather than rambling on, we'll let you guys go, and maybe Mama Goose will shoot some footage for you guys, especially if we see some moose. Wish us luck.
Head for the sun, follow your footsteps, edge of the world, right to your doorstep home. Anywhere you wanna go, the stars.